Hello everyone, this is Mundan Raghavan. This video we are going to continue with modifiers at method level. In previous video we have seen what is modifiers and what are the access modifiers and non-access modifiers, and those things we have seen at the class level. Now this video we will continue with at method level. The access modifiers and non-access modifiers that we have discussed in the previous video all will be applicable at the method level. Under access modifiers, public, protected, default, private all can be used in front of the method name. Providing that you will be having the class level access. After that, if you have any access modifiers, that can be considered as a specific access modifier at the method level. For example, if we have the public class, but if you have the private method, that method will be having only private scope inside your classes only. And next one, non-access modifiers, we can apply static, final, abstract, synchronized, volatile, and transient. However, in this demo, we are going to see mainly on the static, final, abstract. The static, if you mention in front of the method, it will be called as a static method, and static method can be called without creating the instance for the given class. In simple, it will be at the class level. Final, we have seen that if you mention the final class, that means that you cannot inherit that class or you cannot extend that class. Same way, if you have mentioned the method as a final method, that means you cannot override method inside your child class. Okay, fine. We will be going with abstract then. In abstract class, you may or may not have the abstract methods. Technically, the abstract class can have 0 to n number of abstract methods, which does not have any implementation. Whereas if you have at least one abstract method inside your class, that means that you definitely need to provide your class as abstract. So looks like little confusing, but we will be seeing in the demo session as well. So with that, we will jump into the code to understand one by one. So before executing the code, we will understand the structure of the, let's say, the packages and the classes. Here, package one, you will be having the alpha. Let me close everything and go one by one. So first open in package one, you have the alpha. In that, you will be having all the methods and all the variables with public, private, protected, and default, which means that now we are going to focus on the method. So you can see alpha public method, alpha private method, alpha protected, alpha default. In front of the alpha default method, you will not have anything. So the JVM or the Java will be considering as a default scope. And after that, we will be having the package 2 inside the alpha subclass, which will be extending the alpha class. However, the alpha class will be in a different package altogether. And we will be just going to the static demo. Here we will be having a method with a static keyword, so that we will be testing how the static method works inside your class. And here we will be having the abstract one. So we will be seeing if you have the abstract method inside your class, so what would be the different possibilities that you can try it out. And here driver within the package, which will be acting as like a driver. So we can create a different combination with the different instances and we can see the accessibilities. So let's start with the first one, driver method. So here we are creating the alpha object. The alpha class has been placed inside the same package, alpha sub. So you are having the alpha sub in the other package. Now we will be seeing the public within the package. So that means that if you have the public method, you can access anywhere. To be precise, it can be within package or outside the package. So for that purpose, we can check it here. So within the package alpha object, alpha public method. So here's something to be cleared very properly. However, if you want to access any instance method, you need to have the instance for that. We know that the instance method or static method can be differentiated. If you have the static keyword in front of the method, it will be the static. Otherwise, it will be called as an instance. So wherever you have the instance method, you need to create the instance for the specific class in order to access that specific method. But where you are creating your instance, from where you are accessing the method, that will be considered as the access level. For example, in order to access the alpha public method, I need to create the alpha object that I have created already. However, I am just accessing this instance, or I'm just accessing this method from within the same package. So I should be accessible. So that's the reason I can call this alpha object alpha public method. Then same way public, but outside the package. So if you are just using anything outside the package, then you need to import that package. So that's the reason we are just importing the packages here. I think it should be having the alpha sub, because that's what available outside the package. Then you can clearly see, since I have just taken the alpha sub, just go to the driver and I'm creating the alpha sub object. Then I am calling the alpha sub public method. So that means that even though it is available outside the package also, you should be still accessing the public methods. So these 2 points are very clear. It should be working properly. Then default within package. You have the default method for the alpha class. That alpha class within the same package where you are using this driver, right? So the alpha class in the same package. So you should be accessing the alpha default method as well. Default outside the package. So that means that if you are just accessing any method, but it will be having the access modifier as default, and if it is available outside the package, you should not be accessing that. So here you can see alpha sub object. So the alpha sub will be available outside the package, and the alpha sub default method will be having the default access modifier. So what happens is here, so even though it is default, but it is outside the package, so you should not be accessing. So let it make available. So we will be getting the error here. And here you can see change visibility alpha sub default method to public. So that's what we will be having the suggestion, like if you change it to public, you can access, otherwise you cannot access because it is outside the package. Okay, let me comment it out. And next one, protected. So protected, it will be inside your package and outside the package, but only the subclasses can access. So within the package, there is no problem. So alpha object, I am calling alpha protected method. So since it's in the same package, we don't have any problem. We will be calling that method and we will be getting the output. And protected outside the package. So you need to create the, or you need to just access the method which are available, or let's say you are just calling from other package, but you are the subclass. In simple, alpha sub object. So alpha sub object will be having the alpha protected method. So that means that here it will be a little confusing. So here if you go to the alpha sub, so this will be the class and this will be the subclass of alpha, right? And here I am calling alpha protected method. So that means that by using the child class, or let's say the extended class, I am calling the alpha protected method. But since we are in the same package, so it cannot be considered as the outside the package, it will be the inside package only. So again, it will not be having the actual testing of the protected, right? So however, we will be seeing this positive combination. And private, so private, obviously you cannot access outside any class, or let's say outside the class, you cannot access anything if it is a private. If you see here, so change visibility to the of alpha private method to package. So package in the sense, if you don't mention anything, it will be at the package level. So we don't want that because we want to check the private. So now we will be going to the alpha sub here. And here you can see here actually, yes. Till this point, we will execute and confirm these points are going fine or not. Yes, we are getting the output for all the things. So alpha public method, alpha sub public method, and alpha default method, alpha protected method, and alpha protected method. Okay, now we will be going to the static demo. But before that, we wanted to check if you are calling from outside the package, but if you are still a subclass, then how it works. So let's say I will be going to the alpha sub. So this will be the perfect candidate because it is a subclass and it is outside the package as well. So just call this home. So just create a simple object. Let it be A, even though it is not the naming convention. So alpha sub a dot default method. So now you can see the output from the same class. Why? Because however, we have not seen the inheritance in basic, but however, we will understand again. So you are inheriting from the alpha class. So if you are creating the object for the subclass and you are trying to access some method, let's say it can be any method. First of all, it will check in the subclass. If it is not available, then it will go into the parent class. And in parent class, you should be having the proper access. So that means that it's a subclass, it is outside the package. In the parent class, it is the protected. So it should be accessible. In order to check that flow, first of all, we will execute this point and we will see this should be coming from the alpha sub product method. Yes, alpha sub default method, right? So we should be checking for the protected method. So first it should be coming from the same class. Yes, alpha sub protected method. Let's see if I just commit this one, or let's say not commit, actually comment this one, protected method. So that means that you are creating the instance and you are trying to access from the outside the package. So we will be getting some error. Let's see what is that. Change alpha product method. Okay. Alpha sub private, alpha public protected. Okay. Now we are trying to access. Okay, that's not required at all, first of all. So now we are calling from the same class. At the same time, we can call parent class method. So alpha protected method. Yes. So this way you can see here. So the first of all, I have created the subclass instance and I'm calling the alpha sub protected method. Since it is in the same package and the same class, there is no problem. So first of all, we don't need to check this at all. Our intention is to, if it is the subclass and if it is having the access at the product level in other package, it should be calling that method. So here you can see a alpha protected method. Alpha protected method. So which means that it will be looking into the same class, which is alpha sub the child class, and it does not have any alpha protected method. Then it will be looking into the parent class. In order to traverse to the parent class, you should have the access level. So it is outside the package and inside the, let's say the actual class alpha, you will be having the protected keyword. So that means that this will be accessible only for the subclass. We have the subclass, which is nothing but alpha sub. So we are eligible and we are getting that method outside. So this is about the driver within the package. We have seen the different combination like public within package, outside the package, and default within package, outside the package, protected within the package, protected inside the package, protected outside the package as a subclass. And private, obviously, it can be accessible only inside the class, whatever may be the class. Now we will be going into the static demo. So which will be looking for the static keyword in front of the method. Let's consider you have static method here, the name also static method, and it has a static keyword in front of the method name. Now this method will be considered as a static method. So whenever you load the class, you will be having the access for the static method. And we have discussed that we can directly call the static method by using the class name. Just execute. Static content. Yes, fine. But there is another catch. It's not like you can call only with the class name. Even you can call with the instance also. But however, by convention, we should be calling the static method by the class name. So that means that whenever you load the class, it will be available to you, which does not mean that you cannot access with the instance. For example, the same thing can be accessed with the instance as well. Just to demonstrate that one, you can create the instance, a anonymous object, which does not have any reference, and you can call the static method. Just execute. You will be having the same output. However, you can see warning here something. Change access to static using static demo. So that means that by convention, we should be using the class name for the static methods. So that's the indentation we have, right? If you try to access the static method with the instance, directly you can create it as an instance method, isn't it? So that's the reason we will be using the class name in front of the static method. Okay, let's go. Now we will go to the next point, which is nothing but abstract class. So in order to abstract class and abstract methods, we already discussed that a abstract class can have 0 to a number of abstract methods. Let's comment it out the line number 10. Here you can see the public void show, which does not have the abstract keyword in front of the method, which it means that it is not the abstract method. And you have static method, even it does not have the abstract, because static and abstract cannot be at the same time. It will be mutually exclusive. Static means you are just calling the method directly by using the class name, which means that it is available at the class loading time from onwards. However, abstract is telling like the method is not ready, you cannot use that. So it will be mutually exclusive, so you cannot use both the things towards. For example, if you try to use the abstract along with static, so you will be getting the error. Okay, fine. So which means that we are proving the first point. The abstract class can have 0 to a number of abstract methods. So now we will be having only one abstract method. So abstract void for user. Fine. Now let's remove this abstract at the class level, and you will be getting the error again, because even if you have one abstract method inside your class, the class should be declared as the abstract. Just see that. Remove abstract modifier. If you want to continue with the class without abstract, you need to remove the abstract keyword in front of the method. Or let's say if you want to keep that abstract method, then you need to add the abstract keyword in front of the class. So that's the trick. So first we will create the abstract class, and inside we have the abstract method as well. Now the point is, could not create the object for the abstract class. So calling any method is not possible, right? So you cannot create the object for that. If you try to create the object for the abstract class, as we discussed in the previous video, you will be getting the error. So cannot instantiate the abstract one. Fine. And second point, static methods are attached to the class. So you don't need to have the object for the abstract class. Obviously, you cannot create even if you want. You can access the static methods inside your abstract class by using the abstract class name followed by the static method name. Since we don't have the instance creation for the abstract class, obviously you cannot access the method. But you might be wondering, so then why do we need the abstract method? So the implementation will be done by the child class, who will be extending the abstract class. But it will be detailedly covered in the inheritance class. But however, we will be looking only for the abstract keyword. We will be seeing the combination of the abstract method and the abstract class. So that will be done here. So if you really want to just know, because it's not part of this session, but we can see that one as well. For example, let's say you just go to here and create the instance, or let's say you create or you just extend that. Extends abstract one. And here, as soon as you extend, it will tell like you are extending the abstract class, but you don't have the implementation in one of the methods. So that's the reason you will be getting add unimplemented methods. Here you can see override. So we will be seeing the annotations in the later stage, but as of now, you can just see, you can create the implementation here. So once you create the implementation, like a normal class, you can create the instance for the driver within the package, and you can access that since it's the instance method. So override is nothing but you are just having the, or just you want to override the implementation which was provided by the parent class. That's the reason the abstract one has the some implementation or the some abstract method, but it does not have the implementation. For that implementation, you are just implementing in your child class by extending that class. Okay, fine. So we have seen much about on abstract class and abstract methods. Now we will be going to the final. So before going to the final, we will just see some analogy here. So here you can see the old machine, which will be having void show OS, and you will be having another method, but this method will be the final method. So which means that you cannot override in your child class. So when do you go for the final keyword at the method level? For example, let's say you want to have some implementation for a specific method, and you want to restrict the child classes not to change or implement their own implementation. For example, here I am just creating the old machine, but I have two methods. One is for keyboard, one is for the OS. I am just allowing the OS can be overridden by the end user or the child classes, but they should not change the keyboard language. It should be always English. Let's say I'm creating the latest machine here, like our normal object, and I am creating the void show OS. So that means that here I am just overriding the Windows OS. For example, in old machine, I have the Windows 7, whereas in latest machine for the same method, I will be having the Windows 11. But you might be wondering how it can be the overridden. So there are some rules to override the methods from parent to child class, which will be detailed seen in the later sessions. But here you can see we have the same method name like in old machine, void show OS. So here you can see void show OS. Okay, fine. Let's say I'm trying to just implement the or override the keyboard language as well. Just click on this one and here remove final modifier on the old machine. Either you need to remove that or you should not implement in your parent or in child class actually. And let's say if I'm creating the final keyword here again, still it will not allow you to create because it will still ask you to remove the final modifier. Then you might be wondering because in old machine it is the void show OS, but however in latest machine I have final void show OS. Sorry, final void show keyboard language. So it will be similar to, I'm just telling the wrong one, final void show keyboard, right? So in the latest also I'm having the same kind of method name under the access modifiers, but still it will not allow because it will be looking into the parent class. Since it's a final, you cannot use or you cannot have the just same method name. So whatever you have the method and the parameters or the arguments inside your, let's say the open and close parentheses, till this point will be considered as a method signature. And access modifier can be different or it can be in the different order altogether, but that will not be considered as the naming equality. For example, if you want to check the show keyboard language method name with the old machine, you should be taking only the method name followed by the open and close parentheses and whatever the arguments you have and the argument type and the order type. Okay, I'm going too much on the inheritance and the overriding. We will be seeing detail in the overriding session. But now we will come to the conclusion that if you have the final keyword, you cannot override in your child class. Okay, fine. So I will just comment it out here. And if you override and if you create the instance for the, let's say the child class, if you try to access latest mission dot show keyboard language, so obviously since you have extended, it will be taking from the old machine. Whereas if you just execute show OS, as we discussed earlier, it will be checking first in the child class. If it is not available, then it will be looking into the parent class. Since we have the implementation for the show OS in the child class, it will be taking the recent one, which is nothing but I have Windows 11. Let's save it and execute. Here you can see English and it will be having the Windows 11 from the child class. Okay, fine. Now we will just recollect the summary. So public, protected, default, private, we have seen for the different combinations inside the package, outside the package. And we have seen the static method and we have seen the final for the method level. And we have seen the new concept overriding, but not in detail, but we will be seeing in the later stage. And we have seen the abstract method and abstract class combination and what are the rules together. And we have seen how to create or how to implement the abstract methods in our child class as well. So this is all about the different access modifiers and non-access modifiers mainly at the method level. So thanks all, thanks for watching and have a great day.